Shalom, Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Makakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to like out there doing this work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. All right, now I'm going to get into a quick topic. Just speaking on I forgot the name of the topic myself, but for now, we're just gonna call it, a time and a place for now until the topic renders back to my mind. Yeah, we're just gonna start off here. Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get, a time to lose, a time to keep, and a time to cast away, a time to render, and a time to sow, a time to keep silence, and a time to speak, and a time to love, and a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. So just getting into this, it's self-explanatory. It's a time and a place for everything. And, thinking about that made me think about the progressions in which the Lord, or the transitions, all right, in which the Lord places us in, okay? The transitions for us to be able to grow, to be able to get closer to Him, to cleave closer to Him, to have more faith, things like that. We have these periods where it's like growth spurts, okay? It's like growth spurts, and in life in general, you'll notice, you start to get a little older because you can notice how your mind changes towards certain things, your whole frame, in general. And we learn in the same thing within this truth. When we first come into the truth, we know that we're all real zealous for the word. We're telling everybody and things like that. But then we learn, and we know that everybody can't get it, and we get to see it for ourselves. So then, we become more secluded away from just, speaking to everybody about it and things like that. Because these are precious Jews, not to be given us to swine, and the Lord puts us through these seasonal transitions, if you will, when it's time for a major change in your life to happen, and could be something temporarily bad, but overall we know it's to the good that's for us, to be beneficial for us in many different ways, whether it be something physical, whether it's something mental, whether it's monetarily, whether it's helping the brothers, or maybe you can't you can't make it to camp exactly on the times you will. Then eventually the Lord will plant His steps for you to be able to, do what you need to do. But that time and that place is all going to be up to the Lord. You got to continue to have that faith and ride things out and see things through to the end, so that the Lord can actually plan those steps properly for you. Matter of fact, let me go to that. It's like it. Oh, it's 2024, my bad. Having dyslexia with the numbers sometimes. This is Proverbs 20 and 24. Matter of fact, Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? And just knowing this, and it's another description in Ecclesiastes, so I believe it's I think it's Ecclesiastes 8, where it says, no man have power over the spirit to retain the spirit, or something like that. Because it pretty much gets into how the spirit is, it blows like the wind. So it's the same thing with our circumstances, that we going through in this life while we trying to maintain within this truth. The Lord is going to put you through those transitional phases, but there's always going to be something for you to gain out of those situations, and And we have to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, for that, because going through it, as we know, just going through the hell in general, it's real rough on us, but when you make it through those rough patches and you get to look back and you have that time for that self-reflection, then you can see why the Lord put you through this, or you can see how the Lord built you up. You can see, what the Lord wanted you to get out of it, and what knowledge, wisdom, and understanding have the Lord imparted into you through going through those experiences, and that's why just being circumspect of thyself is just that much important, Hmm. Slacking. Hmm. It's Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. Ephesians 5:15. Seeing then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And us knowing what the will of the Lord is, we know, daily that we're doing our best, to make the proper steps, as we progress within His truth, as we learn more, as we grow more, so that we can be more beneficial to the body, we can be more beneficial to the brotherhood, contribute more, do this and do everything that's necessary within our powers, what I'm saying, to serve the Lord and show that sincerity towards the Lord, and I speak upon this topic, because these type of lessons are always geared towards myself, and for any other brothers that may be going through something similar to, maybe you can pick something up, because the Lord, have me going through a transitional period that's, what I'm saying, is real rough. But hey, we know we know we can make it through. We know that at the end of the day, the Lord is going to prepare, our table for us, and He's going to, what I'm saying, stretch things out, and overall we're going to come out on top. But we got to go through the rough patches to see the other side of things, to see the bit of a brighter day here in Babylon, so to speak, because the Lord give us those daily benefits and things, Let me go to that, because that's what the Lord does, just to show us a little glimpse, of times like, yo, don't worry, I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. Is it 68? Let's be the Lord for us daily benefits. I think it's 68. Yeah, Psalm 68:19. Blessed be the Lord who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation. Salah. So the Lord is always going to, take care of us, as the scriptures also say in Psalms 37. It's just within you, do you have the patience, in which we all should have patience. And if you don't have patience, that patience should be growing, a little stronger each day, because all we have is time on our hands. We waiting for Yahweh to come back, so we have to learn how to have that patience. So it's like, within you, do you have that patience to allow the Lord to plan the steps for you? And for you, how they say within the world in today's time, they say what? Trust the process. And we trust in what process? The process of Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shah, to pave that proper way for us, and to make those steps for us, to make the arrangements for us. We going along the path, and we trusting that the Lord is going to make those arrangements for us. That's what it is, Psalms 37:25. I have been young, and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. So, Salakia. Yeah, so as I was saying, so we just have to be patient, because the Lord is going to make sure that you're all right. That's why the scriptures also say too, be not afraid of sudden fear, because the littlest thing you fear, and which we all may have certain little fears and things like that, but that's when you start tapping into lacking faith, and we want to be abundant in faith. We want to be plentiful in the faith of the Lord, and even though something may be getting to you at the moment, as long as you continue to strive, and you put up them prayers unto the Lord, and just trust the process, and trust in the Lord that He's going to make the way for you, even when nobody else sees it, because the scriptures say, what is it? No, that's not it. The scripture is I can't think of it at the moment, but it's in Proverbs, where no vision is, there the people faileth. So you have to have the vision, uh, within your mind, and that image of that vision is planted in your mind by the Lord, and see that thing out, and don't let nothing deter you from it. Just like what we doing our best to inherit the kingdom. So therefore, within our mind, we have to be determined to let nothing steer us from our main goal at hand. No matter what obstacles are in the way. Period. So, when brothers you just going through them transitional periods, them ups and downs, and especially at times when you're down, just know that the Lord is trying to help you, so that in the end you can bring some substance out of that situation. It's something that the Lord wants you to gain, that you have to gain, and certain things you can only gain by experience. That's why it's so key, right? This is Hebrews 12:11. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So we had to be exercised by the turmoils, the trials, the tribulations, things like that, to see how we are going to turn out. To see, what are you going to fold, you're going to bend, you're going to stand up tall, you're going to stand up for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? All of these different things, and this is what makes a man, because we learn these things through Yahweh and Yahweh Shah, and the scriptures, and that they laid out for us to extrapolate that perfect information, to add into our character daily, man. So with that, brothers, just be patient when you going through transitional phases. Just know that it's a period of a growth spurt. That's what I should have named the lesson, growth spurt, because that's what it is ultimately. Growth spurt, phase spurt, whatever you want to title it or whatever. But the Lord is trying to bring you some form of increase, but you just have to have the patience, and have the effort to put yourself in your mind towards that, and recognize when the Lord is doing these things. So with that, I hope the segment was edifying, and I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to Lek out there doing his work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.